Winners take action ASAHP. How about you? Now, some of you may wonder what ASAHP is. That is something that I learned from my mentor a long, long time ago, and it's as soon as humanly possible. And when I look at those that have been successful versus those that have not yet been successful, it often comes down to a few things. We've talked about the reason for doing this, their why, but ultimately it comes down to knowing what to do, then on a daily basis, creating a plan of action that you take, which is in support of what you want to get done, what your goal is. Your why is important. That's really the fuel that drives your motivation during the times that things aren't going as well as you would want them to. But you've really got to focus on what is it that I want to do every day and how am I going to get that done, and to have the tools and the support system around you that lets you know when what you're doing makes sense and when what you're doing needs to be improved. So we've talked about things like Ivy Lee, the Franklin Planner, whatever it is, piece of paper, whatever it is, write down the things that'll move your needle the most the next day. And then if you have the ability to control your own time, work that in order. Now, in terms of time, one of the most powerful things that somebody can do is to use a time log. And what a time log will do, and you just need to do it for a couple of days, really. If you want to do it longer than that, great, to continually understand what you do with your time. But just take out a piece of paper. There are certainly programs that allow you to do this as well, kind of automatically. And just what you do through the day, write down. So 7 o'clock, I did this, and 7:15, this person called me, and 7:30, I went on Facebook, and 10 o'clock, I got off Facebook. Social media is incredible in terms of how it will suck you into the vortex. So if you do that, if you create that time log, you will be able to go back and look and say, how did I spend that day? And almost everybody who does that and goes through that exercise says, you know what I learned? I got a lot more time than I think. I thought that I didn't have enough time, but I spend 3 hours a day on social media or whatever it is. And so take a look at that. A lot of the distractions that come into our life, particularly electronically, are done by some pretty skilled people that know how to manipulate behavior. And so particularly now with Reels, you can go from one and it feeds you another and it feeds you another. And literally that can take hours where you don't even notice how much time you spent on it. So I would ask you that question, and remember that winners take action as soon as humanly possible. It doesn't mean that everything you're going to do is going to work. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get rejection. You're going to do that. But focus on the things you can do. Understand what the plan is. If you don't know how to do this process, go over to brucewhipple.com. That acquisition advantage is step-by-step what to do, templates, etc. Each month I do a live Q&A with those members only, so you can answer questions. And certainly that will give you the steps that you need to follow. So I hope that helps you. I hope you understand what to do. I hope you take action as soon as possible. And if you do that, you will most of the time end up being more successful than those that don't. I put together some conversation starters. Those are over on my website. Just you'll see that. But if you want to go there directly, just go to brucewhipple.com/free course, and you can get those as well. But taking action certainly is the key to this. And most of the people that succeed take a lot more action than those that don't.